The Sheridan tank was built to satisfy the wish for an airliftable tank, a go-anywhere light tank for the weekend. Number 9.
The dream of tank designers for decades has been to develop a tank that's lightweight, easy to transport, but has the firepower of a main battle tank.
This vehicle was unique in that it had more firepower than any other vehicle that you can think of that would be dropped from an airplane.
The transport aircraft flies over the ground at maybe about 100 miles an hour, 10, 20 feet off the ground. The drogue chute comes out, pulls the tank out, it falls to the ground. It's a frightening thing to watch.
This machine you're going to drop into a distant part of the world to fight, let's call it a colonial war. And in the context of 1970s America, that can mean only one place, Vietnam.
I was part of a cavalry unit. We were kind of search and destroy, go out there and don't come back.
Who better to give us the lowdown on the Sheridan than two guys who experienced Vietnam from inside the multi-talented tank?
First impression was very positive. It did a lot of neat things. It could be airdropped. It floated. All you could see through the window was water and fish.
The Animal M551 Sheridan, my connection, driver. Tricycle steering, 4 forward speeds, 2 reverse. The manual said 43 miles an hour, but yeah, I think it could get more closer to 45, 46.
The sensational cross-country performance of Sheridan was down to one thing: armor anorexia. Every aspect of the tank is calorie controlled.
As soon as you start talking weight that's light enough to be dropped out of an airplane, you're talking about a tank that's going to have to be around 10 tons or 15 tons. And it's very difficult to do that with conventional steel armor.
The only way Sheridan was going to stay in one piece was if it was made out of aluminum.
For a given level of armor protection, you could get a much better structure that is something able to withstand the rigors of airdrop.
And the requirement for heavy firepower on such a skinny frame led to the Sheridan's most striking feature.
It has an amazing looking gun, a 152 caliber gun that fires missiles.
It would follow an infrared beam, probably similar to a laser beam today. But it left the gun tube, and you swear it almost hit the ground. And it would fishtail all over the place, but it never missed the target.
The same fat barrel was used to fire conventional rounds too. Pretty exciting in ultra-lightweight Sheridan.
This weighed 17 tons. When you fired it, all hell broke loose. Lift the whole front end of the tank right off the ground. Hopefully you had a helmet on sometimes because your head would be knocked around inside the turret. I mean, it really was a kick.
But the bouncy recoil created more than just a headache.
If you fired the conventional round, the recoil would knock out of alignment the electrical systems that would fire the missiles.
As well as a ruptured missile system, another potential problem was that the aluminum armor didn't offer much protection against, well, anything, and the Sheridan was stuffed with ammunition.
The driver's surrounded by ammunition on both sides. Then you have them stacked on the floor, 28 rounds.
No smoking in the driver's hole, please. No smoking in the tank, actually. Try to keep any sparks away from the ammunition, or you'd lose your home.
It's kind of the Swiss Army knife of combat vehicles. That is, it could do everything kind of okay, but nothing really very well.
To qualify for the list of greatest ever tanks, imagination counts for something, but it's performance that really counts. And the Sheridan couldn't put its metal where its mouth was. Our next battle tank could not be accused of such underachievement.